the first things first. Stop asking me, well, what's the difference between a travel advisor and an Expedia? Because you sound crazy.
That's a crazy question.
You sound crazy. Stop asking it, okay? If you have a preference and you just enjoy booking your own travels, say that. But please stop comparing travel advisors to Expedia because we not that and this ain't that. Okay.
That is a crazy question.
Yeah, but people be asking that.
Yeah, and people often, that will kind of be the first go-to, like when people touch base, like, hey, I've been checking Expedia, and I'm like, okay.
And that's fine. But we ain't that.
So, yeah. Hey, y'all, hey.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Travel
Fly.
Sexy. I am your co-host, Natasha Wilson, owner of Travel Goddess International.
And I am your co-host, Sincerely Jasmine, owner of Boss Babes Love Brunch.
Period. Welcome to a lovely episode. We're actually in the studio on an abnormal day, so forgive us in advance if our energy feels off because we're still gathering our lives.
Exactly, and I'm congested, so I sound weird.
Lots going on, but we're still here to hang out with you guys today. So today's episode is going to be all about reasons why you should use a travel advisor, okay? So yes, here at Travel Fly Sexy, we give you the travel tea, but if you don't know, Jasmine and I's love for travel stems from the fact that we're travel advisors. So not only do we give you the travel tea, we can also book your travels for you.
Exactly. And that's why we're here to share the travel tea through our clients and our personal experiences.
Period. So stick around to learn more about why you need to use a travel advisor, not why you should. Why you need to use a travel advisor. But before we jump into that, of course, a little bit of goddess mail from our inbox to yours. I'm scared to take us away, Jazz.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Absolutely hate to start us on a shitty note, but here we are.
Pun intended.
This week's goddess mail is messy indeed. And it's crazy because I didn't see this online. This actually came across my inbox on New York Times Post.
Oh, the New York Post.
Yeah, this was like an actual article.
That's wild. I definitely saw
but
it on the internet.
it also made its way to the internet because I dug a little deeper. Ultimately, there was a young lady who was sick on a plane.
Mm-hmm.
The plane was departing Atlanta to Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
So it was an 8-hour flight on Delta. Just 2 hours in their flight, she was sick and there was diarrhea everywhere.
Ciao. Could you imagine? Like,
crazy.
first of all,
It's not funny.
There's just so much. Okay, number one, 2 hours into the flight.
Yes. A pretty long flight, might we add.
Right. And I read that they turned back and they did go back to Atlanta.
Yep.
Because it was a biohazard at that point.
Exactly.
But now I gotta sit for 2 hours back to Atlanta with diarrhea all over the aircraft, the cabin.
Yeah.
Ciao. And there are videos.
It was all over the cabin.
Like, we're not exaggerating when we say all over.
At least 8 rows.
It was terrible.
Yeah, it made its way down our, so they had to land, go turn around, land back in Atlanta, rip up the carpet, clean the plane, and they got to Barcelona, I believe, maybe like the following evening. But a heck of a delay and, a messy. I wouldn't know what to do. Like, I mean, what can you do? Like,
and that's the tricky part with
what can you do?
Being on an airplane in general. Like, once that baby is in the sky,
we in this together.
We're all in this together.
Absolutely.
Like, regardless of what's going on.
Absolutely.
So it's like, what do I do? I'm like freaking out. I also am like, what was the smell? Like, because I read like they started to spray it with like
vanilla,
and they said it just made it worse. Like,
put vanillas in it, I guess, like
cleaner
on top of it.
Oh my gosh.
And the videos was crazy. It was like paper towels. And I'm like, we can see that. You can't hide that. It was all down the
I
aisle.
probably would have cried. I probably would have shed real tears because
Get me
I
outta
just would have
here.
been in such agony, in such disgust, like just so sad that there's nothing I can do to make my life better right now.
Well, luckily,
My
I still keep masks in my suitcase, so that would have been the time for me to.
Yes, I do.
At
But
minimum, put my mask on.
But
because
I also just don't know if those.
That's one.
I think you need a hazmat suit.
Y'all don't got that under these seats. Y'all got everything else on
I
here.
don't need this life vest right now. I don't need this right now.
Else to save me right now? No. Someone in first class said that they had no idea what was going on.
Period.
They saw flight attendants walking back with gloves and were confused, but they didn't know until they got. And I was like, goals.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
First class said they had no idea.
If not first class, at least keep me in those like under
premium
15, like keep me up there because crazy. And I've been on planes where, have you ever experienced that? I've been on planes where people have thrown up. There has been issues in the bathroom where the bathroom had to be cleaned, blown the bathroom up.
Now I'm saying no, and now watch it happen to me next week when I'm on an aircraft.
All of those incidents have luckily been on the ground, so the cleaning staff have been able to come in, and then we
hadn't taken off yet.
Exactly. So it's never happened in the air. I wouldn't know what to do.
I'm telling y'all right now, I would be crying because I get so like sad when I can't control this. It's bad.
How embarrassed is she though?
I mean,
that's crazy.
At that point, I think
I'm not going
embarrassment
nowhere no
is the
more.
last thing I'm worried about. I'm just like, is Delta about to charge me for this?
And I still want to go to Barcelona. Like, I don't know how sick she is, but like, despite the mess, I really do still want to go. So when y'all clean, can I still come? Or
I wish I knew what they did. I wish I knew what they did for the passengers.
I'm going to find her page. I'm going to find this
I'm
lady.
going to find her page. Whoo, that is
so
a hot mess.
Let us know. What would you do? Were you on that plane?
Were you on that plane? Yes.
Tell us. But what would you do in an instance of just poop all over the plane, diarrhea at that?
The best part of that story for me was first class saying, we had no idea.
No idea. We saw gloves and like bags and stuff. We were just like, what's going on? But they probably headphones and like, don't care, not my concern.
And that, my friends, is the level of luxury
exactly
that I wish for us all.
Peace. But that's pretty cool.
Well, if you were around for last week's episode, we kind of did a segment of We Outside.
Period.
And Jasmine shared a little bit about her recent travels to St. Martin. So this past weekend, I was in Atlanta.
We love Atlanta.
We love Atlanta. Even though that flight had to go back to Atlanta full of poo.
That was a good transition, too.
Yeah. But nevertheless, I was in Atlanta over the weekend and stumbled upon some fun gems that I'd like to share with you guys before we jump into our main topic. So first things first. This place called Apartment 4B. All right. It's a restaurant, a lounge, and like it's Black owned and vibes upon vibes. So went there on Saturday night. It happened to be DJ Envy's birthday. So he was in there with his peoples. But it was just like no one was checking for like, oh my gosh, it's a celebrity in the building.
That's Atlanta. It's just like...
It was so dope.
Really Black Hollywood.
He was just in there. We were teaching him how to do the Jerusalem dance, the line dance.
I was like, I don't know what that is.
First of all, you don't know that? Jerusalem. The step. First of all, I don't know it either, y'all. However,
no idea. Our producer back there getting it.
I know there's a line dance to it, and I know when the song comes on, people do it. But I stopped learning line dances after the Cupid Shuffle. I gave up.
Right. I'm like the Tamia Shuffle.
Yeah, no. It's a lot.
I'm not in my line dance era yet.
Yeah, it's too much. Nevertheless, that was a vibe. I highly, highly recommend putting this place on your list, guys. Transition from dinner to your evening vibes. The DJ was lit. The food was bomb. The atmosphere was a vibe. Apartment 4B. Okay. Apartment 4B.
Adding it on my list.
Additionally, before I went there, I had a whole jam-packed Saturday. Before I went there, I went to the new restaurant. It's so new, it doesn't even come up on the GPS. Like, this is how new it is. It's called Tulum.
Oh, that was
Yes, Tulum Kitchen and Bar in Buckhead. So cute. It's basically, they put Tulum in, in Atlanta. So cute. Food A1. Also Black owned by 3 people.
Period.
Vibes outside and inside. Bar lit, drinks on point, service. Can't say enough about the service. Their grand opening is in October, so I did get a chance to talk with the manager. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I pulled my influencer card because they didn't have no reservation. So I was going with a fellow travel influencer as well. I was meeting him, and we were just catching up. And he was just like, "Yeah, we just gonna tell him who we are because we wanted to experience it." Nevertheless, that was dope. So add Tulum to your list if you're in Atlanta and in the Buckhead area. Of course, I'm not sure if you know this place either, but Negril brunch at Negril. Specifically on Sundays, they do live music, but they do brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. And it is Jamaican food.
I was about to say, is it giving Caribbean Jamaican?
Yes, shrimp and grits with the seasonings, the Creole, the jerk. And they back there killing it with love.
I'm literally making a list. Like, I wish I had my phone.
It's okay. I got you.
I need this.
So yeah, and what else? I'm like, we did so much. I was there for my fiance's movie premiere, guys. So if you don't know, Work Bay 2 is on Tubi. Check it out. Nevertheless, I was like, well, if I'm going to be here, I definitely got to get the tea for our TFS fam.
And for me,
and for Jasmine, because she going to go. So
I will be in Atlanta.
Those were like my highlights in Atlanta. And then I also was in an area called Atlantic Station.
I'm familiar.
Yeah. And there were just so many cute,
such a cute
shops.
area.
It kind of felt like Santa Monica in LA, like that kind of area there. So
it doesn't feel like Atlanta. Like
it doesn't feel like
Atlanta.
Yeah. So that was dope too. Lots of restaurants, shops, and stores, and a movie theater, of course, and all of that. So Atlanta was lit. This was and I stayed. Oh my gosh, the last thing.
I was about to say that hotel.
The last thing before we move into the main topic, I stayed at the Starling Atlanta in Midtown. And guys, I have not felt this way about a hotel in a long time. Like, I just be in and out of hotels. Like, that was cute. This was amazing. Like, I was putting it in my story, and people were like, "Where the heck is this?"
It looked like it wasn't a hotel. Like,
it was stunning, and it matched the vibes all the way through. Rooftop pool with another bar, valet service, amazing lobby bar, like amazing. Just aesthetics upon aesthetics. Hotel staff amazing, like rooms were beautiful, floor to ceiling windows, amazing views of the city. You could see Stone Mountain, I think that was from the window. It was just top tier.
Yeah, it looked gorgeous. From your pictures, fabulous. I'm like, this place.
Fabulous. Yeah. Absolutely fabulous. And it was fairly reasonable. Like, I think it was, I don't know, $2-something a night. It wasn't terrible.
Bad. Yeah.
No, it wasn't terrible at all. I also booked it via the American Airlines hotel portal. So that way, when you book, you earn miles for your purchase, right? So sometimes I'll use points, but right now I'm on my road to platinum status with American.
Period.
So everything is, how do I get miles? How do I get miles? How do I get miles? So I booked it through there, and I earned almost 11,000 miles for that booking. Yeah, I'll school y'all on TikTok about that, because I did a little TikToker about that. I got to put it up. But yeah, that was lit.
That's
I know.
crazy.
Because that was abnormal amount of miles to earn from that booking.
Over 10K for
it was like 10,940 miles that I earned for that 3-night stay. I got the tea for y'all.
Yeah,
I got the tea.
That's crazy. I can use 10,000 miles.
Exactly.
So I book a hotel for it. I'll take it.
I know. So, and that's really what it's about. But that'll be another episode, because we got to talk points and miles anyways. Nevertheless, Atlanta, they did that. Yes. I had a great weekend.
I love Atlanta.
And here we are. But nevertheless, let's jump into the main topic, because I'll sit here and talk about Atlanta all day.
Yes, let's get into why you need to be using a travel advisor.
Now, the first things first. Stop asking me. Well, what's the difference between a travel advisor and Expedia? Because you sound
That's a
crazy.
crazy question.
You sound crazy. Stop asking it, okay? If you have a preference and you just enjoy booking your own travels, say that. But please stop comparing travel advisors to Expedia because we not that and this ain't that. Okay.
That is a crazy question.
Yeah, but people be asking that.
Yeah, and people often, that will kind of be the first go-to, like when people touch base, like, hey, I've been checking Expedia, and I'm like, okay.
And that's fine. But we ain't that.
So, yeah.
So with that being said, one of the first points or reasons to use a travel advisor is personalized vacation assistance and vacation packages that meet your desires and your preferences. So, granted, you could go to Expedia and you could search through hundreds of listings. And at that point, really, that's not even saving you time, but I digress.
Right.
Or you could say, Jasmine, Tosh, or one of our 40 advisors on our team, these are the things that I wish to do and see and have. Keyword is have. These are the preferences I wish to have for my vacation. And we will then use that information to customize the quotes that we share with you.
Exactly. Because vacation is not one size fits all.
No.
So just because it's a 4-star and it fits in your price range, again, you'll find hundreds of things that fit that criteria. And it's like, okay, well, what works for me?
Right.
So you know what your desires are, whether it's a turn up or a little bit of peace and silence. Like, God forbid you book a Ryu and you're looking for like a health and wellness type of vibe.
And that's facts. And I've seen it happen. So that's why I'm like, yes, child. Because all you may be looking at is the price point.
Exactly.
And you're like,
and that's usually what people are looking at. So when you go on these places like Priceline, Expedia, you're just sorting by price and trying to find something that's a good price that has a good rating, and you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That works.
But it doesn't.
You don't know anything about this place. You don't know anything about the area. Now you're 3 hours away from the airport.
The proximity.
Exactly. So that's the number one reason to actually get something that's customizable to what you're looking to do, where you're looking to go, and the experience you're looking to have.
Absolutely. And in addition to that, as we talk a little bit about like rates and just kind of comparing, another reason would be competitive pricing.
Exactly.
There's been several times, and I'll just be transparent. Like Expedia has a travel agent portal, travel agent platform that is different from the main booking platform that is available to general consumers. And when we go into our Expedia platform, 9 times out of 10, the rate is lower than what is shown on the regular platform. And I will go and I will compare it and I'll go, well, that's why I'm a travel agent. Like I've saved so much money for my clients and for myself, my personal bookings with the platforms and the rates that we have available to us. So then we are then able to offer them to our clients.
Exactly. And having those relationships when it comes to different resorts and, being able to say, well, I've actually partnered with this place, or TGI's partnered with this place, and we have a reputable relationship where we send thousands of clients here. So I can get them to decorate for your birthday.
Exactly.
It's no issue. That's not a problem. Or we can get free transportation, which may not be listed on that website, but is included if you book it through this supplier.
Exactly.
So just little things like that, which when it comes to, obviously we know with travel, you want your dollar to go the furthest way. But you don't always see those things because that's not always transparent to the consumer.
Yeah, it's literally available for the travel agent.
It's behind a wall.
It's behind a wall that only we can enter with our credentials. I literally just right before we jumped on this was texting the manager of the hotel that my client is arriving to this morning.
Exactly. So that experience is going to be completely different than someone that booked through Expedia or Priceline. Yeah, and they're just coming in as a third party.
Y'all don't have the contact details for the on-site.
Exactly.
Let me take care of that. And I literally was confirming that their room decorations were there. That's why I was sending the text.
Exactly. So having those relationships and getting more bang for your buck because, your travel advisor, that's their job.
Literally, that's what we do all day long. But in addition to that, it's saving you time. It's saving you time with planning. It's saving you time researching.
Exactly.
And it's ultimately saving you money, because let's say you get somewhere and you don't like it and you booked a non-refundable rate on Expedia or with a airline because you don't know the difference. You don't understand the verbiage. You don't know the different categories. Now you're spending more money because at the end of the day, you're like, I'm not going to stay here for 4 nights.
Exactly.
I don't want to be here. So now I'm spending more money because I just didn't know.
And I've even had, using that as an example, clients who use me as a travel advisor, but still are so used to doing things on their own that they don't fully use to my potential.
Yeah.
That an instance like that happened and they just booked another hotel. And I'm like,
they didn't even contact you.
I'm like, I could have fixed this for you and got you which eventually I did, was able to get, the remaining nights refunded. But I'm like, this could have been a smoother transition because that's my job.
Yes.
So yeah, it's like, if you do work with a travel advisor, trust them that we are not Expedia. And that you can communicate with us and say, hey, I know this says this, but how does that work? Because I have gotten non-refundable hotels refunded because of a relationship with the hotel where it's like, hey, like, I'm gonna send somebody else to you. Like, let's just, this was a mistake or whatever the case may be. So having that relationship and allowing the TA to do their job.
Yeah, that's facts. Which is also a good segue into, I'll jump past this and come back to the other one. But you have like someone who's dedicated to advocate for you, because we talk about it all the time on TFS. Life be life and we not even exempt. The airline will cancel our flights too.
Exactly.
So having someone that is your liaison that can contact the hotel for you, contact the airline for you, figure out what your options are, figure out what is owed to you or what can be compensated for you based on the circumstances. That's one of the biggest benefits of booking with a travel advisor, because I've seen our advisors sit on hold for hours. I've sat on hold for hours. And it's just a part of the job. Like, some of us have 2 phones because, we still got to make other phone calls.
Yes.
Waiting on 3 hours. But it happens, and we advocate for our clients and we try to figure out all that can be done in order to compensate you for your inconvenience.
Exactly. Yeah. Especially when it comes to those times where something happened, like if you need to change your hotel because this is absolutely unacceptable.
Yes.
Or maybe upon arrival, there was some issue with your booking where it's like, I can clarify that for you. Maybe you don't know what information to provide. So I think just using that middleman communication, because again, we've been on the phone for hours and hours.
I could do this for hours.
Unwillingly, but it gets done. I just was on a call for a client. Unfortunately, the airline changed their flight. So the flight was supposed to be 6 p.m. and the connecting flight was departing around 9 p.m. So it worked. It then changed to 12 noon.
What? Wait a minute. That's, first of all, if I had a flight at 6, I'm saying that I basically have the whole day. I'm making reservations for brunch. I'm doing other things. 12 o'clock takes that shifts my whole life.
So now you have a layover that was supposed to be more of a transition, just going from one plane to the next, that is now a 8-hour layover.
Oh my God.
And this information was not directly provided to the client. The airline did not directly provide it. This was something that was communicated to me that I had to communicate to her. And when you pulled up the itinerary, it still had the same time.
Wow.
So again, it's important to, rely on your TA and communicate with your TA, because she wouldn't have known if we weren't in communication. So I had to obviously immediately let her know. And this is just a week before departure. So she already got her final details.
Yeah.
So yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
But we were able to figure it out. She got a lounge pass and she'll be, utilizing the lounge during that time. Everything's fine.
Jeez Louise,
definitely a change in the day.
That is a huge shift in the day.
But we were able to make the accommodation and make it work to her advantage.
Yeah. And again, with Jasmine's knowledge in that situation, she knew what types of options to present to the supplier to say, can we do this? Versus waiting for them to say what they can do.
Exactly.
Because that's the other difference. You know, another reason is like travel advisors they have expert knowledge, not only with the destination, but just ways in which to problem solve, because we see it often, whether it be with our own travels or our clients' travels, or just the things that we read as we continue to keep ourselves up to date in the industry. We primarily focus on continuing to gain the knowledge so that we can set our clients up for success.
Exactly.
So, you know, knowing, all right, let's see if we can get a lounge
in
pass,
this airport.
you know,
because obviously every airport doesn't have every lounge,
Correct.
But fortunately enough, this airport does have this airlines lounge, and we were able to make it work.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that expert support outside of the destination, but also the expert support in destination.
Yes.
Like we are on episode 22. And y'all did hear how much we be outside. And it's not necessarily because we love being outside, but we do. But it's so that we can continue to sharpen our skills and understand what these destinations have to offer, how to navigate around them, what to present to our clients, what not to present to our clients.
To build those relationships on the ground. So, you know, like Taj said, she just was speaking with the manager, so she knows once her client arrives, she knows that they're in great hands, whether it be transportation companies or whatever. Like, we know that we're sending you somewhere that we can trust, that you're not going to have that, this was terrible. So when we get, like, if those once in a blue scenarios, it's like, was it terrible?
What did you do? That's my first
Or what was your expectations? You know, like, what was it terrible? So often, if those once in a blue situations, I'm like, I think they just expected something else, and that's not what we discussed. I don't think it was terrible.
Yeah. But that's the other thing too, like, don't feel like you can't ask for your desires.
Exactly.
Like, I think I see emails so often where people are in the email being so apologetic for simply just telling us what they want. Like, I'm sorry if I'm coming off a certain way. And it's like, no.
Tell me now.
Number one, I want you to leave this experience with all expectations fulfilled.
Exactly.
Number one. Number two, why are you apologizing? You're paying for a service and I want to deliver the service. So please just tell me what you want.
And that goes back to the importance of point one. This is personalized and customized to your experience. And that's the difference between working with a travel advisor versus just a supplier that doesn't know you personally, doesn't know what you want. So I do think when it comes to travel, people are often used to, they don't know me. They don't know, like, you know, like, I didn't have to ask for I didn't want to ask my birthday decorations. Like, no, you can get that. Like, you can get your anniversary decoration. You can get the satchel on the door. Like, you can get all of those things. But you have to ask.
You have to ask.
Because I don't know that I didn't know you wanted private transportation. I didn't know that you wanted this upon arrival. But those things are possible if you ask, because we again have those relationships, and we're able to use that communication, that connection, to kind of get the client the best desired experience.
Yeah. I mean, I personally just feel like in today's world, the less I can do, the better.
Exactly. Just show up. And that's how it should be. Just show
up and trust that it is handled. Okay. But I also will just say that working with a travel advisor is a two-way street. So please don't just submit your consultation form, put your information on it, and think you'll never have to do anything else again. Like, work with us so that, again, your experience is tailored to your desires and not our assumptions.
Exactly.
We already know what they say about assumptions.
And obviously we can assume based off of experience, but everyone's different. Again, vacation is not one size fit all. So just because I've had 5 people enjoy this experience or enjoy this type of stay or this room type, you might not like that. Like, you may want the complete opposite. So ask for what you want for.
Please ask for what you want. And if it's in the budget,
you're going to get it.
You're going to get it. But have a realistic budget, please. Thank you.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing. The dollar is the biggest thing.
Y'all, okay? Like, don't make, travel advisors, we do work some miracles, but we not Jesus Christ, okay?
Yeah. My favorite...
Not this face.
My favorite request was, I need all-inclusive in Paris for $500. And I just was like, thanks for telling me what you want.
Yeah.
I'm happy that like you went all out, because I too want that.
Because I too want that.
I too want 5-star all-inclusive in Paris. But however, not a thing. So do a little research before you submit those consultations, because it's going to delay the communication, because now I'm like, all right, well, we're going to have to change your expectations. And now we're going back and forth in a few emails or maybe phone calls. So, do a little research on what you want on the place. I love when people come with, these are the resorts that I thought were great, but they are, nice as heck. So if they don't fit in the budget, let me know. But this is kind of what I'm looking at. This is the type of vibe I want. Because then that allows me to be like, okay, well, yeah, that's here, but we can kind of go like right under there and give that same vibe.
Vibe.
Exactly. 500 all-inclusive in Paris.
Yeah. Guys, every destination does not have all-inclusive, okay? So just...
I wish they did.
Keep that in mind when you see in certain places and you're like, I want to go there.
Just quick little Google.
Yeah.
Because like that's not coming up anywhere on here. These words do not, like Google like remove Paris. Like, and you're like, no.
And
like
Jamaica.
Okay, well, exactly. These words don't go together. Not going to submit that on the Constitution.
But
it happens.
It happens.
We educate, and we were able to find what she was looking for, and she was able to book some great activities. And again, that's our job to
educate
and inform. So
yeah.
This was that's my favorite.
Oh man, I don't know.
Like, what was the most outlandish request you've received?
Yeah, you know what? First of all, what I will say is, I know that some of these requests come from the fact that we have these incredible travel deals.
Yeah.
So we talk about our travel deals on every episode. So we get it. All right. However, travel deals, they have specific dates and specific departure cities and all these things that factor into why they so low costing.
And they are not customizable. So that's the biggest thing with those wonderful travel deals that you see. They are what they are. The dates are what they are. The amount of days are what they are. The location, the resort, the hotel.
Can't change
set in stone.
Yeah. So I think it was recently. It was a consultation that I saw. It was 6 days in the Maldives. All-inclusive, which I did just find a really nice all-inclusive new resort in the Maldives, which I will be recommending going forward. But they wanted that. They wanted an overwater bungalow, as everybody does when they go to the Maldives. But understand that that's usually a top category,
exactly,
which also includes top dollars. Okay, and I want to say it was 2 adults, and I want to say it was over a holiday. I think it was like a New Year's, maybe. Child, they wanted all of that for $800. If you know anything about the Maldives,
that is crazy.
You just played in my face, and I feel like you're joking me.
Yeah.
I feel like you're pranking me, right?
Yeah. Sometimes I just be like, let me come back to this, because ain't no way. Let me get him a second to go back and fix that, because that was an error.
You missed the one.
Missed the zero. No, you missed
the zero. Like, I was thinking 1,800, but no, you missed the zero. Yeah, you're right.
New Year's Eve, you missed the zero.
Yeah, you're right. So that was fun.
Yeah.
But what we're gonna, we're always gonna
educate, inform,
give you alternatives
to increase. And if not, we will, find something that meets that budget.
Exactly. But that's the part. It's like our knowledge allows us to maybe say, well, maybe not this, but this. We try not to just say completely no. We always try to provide an alternative that could still provide you the experience you're looking for, but within the budget that you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was like,
it's giving you gonna be in the airport. I can get you there. I can get you to the Maldives.
The flight
maybe.
don't even the flight ain't that.
Let me call somebody. Hold on. That's what y'all think. Like, let me just call American. No.
Yeah. American gonna laugh you off the phone too. They're gonna have a good night.
They're like,
They're gonna think they being pranked as well.
On a plane back off for that price.
You can clean it. We'll give you a daily rate. Yeah.
So again, use us to your advantage. I think it's very important. Simply because I think we love to travel, but I love that everyone is growing that passion and love for travel. But I do think that it's important to kind of utilize your resources so that way you can travel more.
Yeah.
Travel, I guess, right. What's right for you efficiently. But ultimately it's the dollar. If you can cut what you was going to spend in half and make it 2 trips, that's what I be trying to do.
Sign me up. Right.
Yeah. We cut that in
travel
half.
advice can help you do that.
Exactly.
So yeah, we have plenty of repeat clients that utilize our services once a quarter, once a month, whatever the case might be. They love it here. We love it here. And it's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Favorite thing about being a travel advisor? I know mine.
You go.
My favorite thing about being a travel advisor is being a part of somebody's forever memory. Because y'all already know, when you go on vacation, especially if it's a great one, you're going to remember it. You're going to remember it, whether it be in your mind or on an actual picture that you bought, when you did your excursion, whatever the case might be. It's going to be etched in your memory. And for me, being a part or being the person that helped bring that to life is why I love being a travel advisor. Yeah. I just makes me happy.
I think similar to that, it's like, for me, when those like difficult situations, whether it's the client or if, something difficult arises, like that situation with the flight going from 6 to 12, which is crazy. Things like that happening, but then still the client having a great time coming back and like really enjoying it. I think seeing through those difficult moments, because it is often difficult. There's a lot of issues that happen on the back end that you don't see on Instagram in those pictures. So to see those pictures and to get that, we had a great time, like, thanks for seeing us through, that really just makes the job worth it. Like,
so. That's a great point, actually.
Because there be some stuff going on.
I was going to say, especially when problems arise, but you still get a woohoo.
Yes, I'm like, thank God you enjoyed it, because you was killing me. Anxiety. Like, oh my God. Yes. Like, it's like just to actually see, especially those difficult ones, because again, it's often a lot of things that happen on the back end, those phone calls, those emails, those things that the client doesn't know, and definitely the second or third or whoever else going, they definitely don't know.
Yeah.
So once you get there, you check and you have a good time, like,
right. We did it. Right. We did
it. They made it. I'm like, they want a flight? Okay.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, obviously you can continue to book whatever your preference is, but just know it'll be better if you book with a travel advisor.
Especially a TGI travel advisor.
And that's on period. Because if you don't know, Jasmine and I are both a part of Travel Goddess International, which is a full-service travel agency that can assist with bringing your next unforgettable vacation experience to life.
Exactly. So we talked about those great travel deals. We talked about customizable consultation experiences like this whole episode is about. So whatever is your preference, whether you see those great travel deals on Instagram or if you have a specific request that you would like to submit, we're here for you.
Period. So get outside, because we be outside, but we want you to be outside. So let's go to our featured travel deal of the week.
Yes.
Travel agent, travel agent. All right, so this is a good one. When I saw this
is a great one.
I was like, hold the phone, stop the presses, wait a minute. So wait for it. 6 days, 5 nights in Greece. All right, mid-October, so Wednesday to Tuesday. So I think it was a Wednesday flight. You arrive on Thursday, you're Thursday to Tuesday. Round trip flights with Delta from Philadelphia. normally, and that's kind of a big deal a little bit because usually it's kind of like JFK or Newark or DC. So Philly
to Greece is great.
To Greece is lit. All right. Layovers were just under 3 hours. So they were like 2 hours and 45 minutes both ways. 5-star resort accommodations on the waterfront. Right. I couldn't understand how this is a thing. And all of that, guys, for $785 a person.
Crazy.
This don't make no sense because the flight to Greece is $700, like or more, depending on when you're going. $785 for 6 days and 5 nights, 5-star resort accommodations, round trip flights with Delta. We already know we love a Delta experience.
Yes.
$785.
That's crazy.
How, Sway?
Yeah, I might have to get the Greece for
the
$785.
resort is in the Athens Riviera, which is about 40 minutes from Athens, Greece. It is absolutely stunning. I need to redo my content for it because I just feel like people don't even know.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
That price is incredible.
But the location for the price is also why I was like, what? Yeah. Because I went there. It's
where
the
is
Beverly Hills of like Athens. Yes. It's 40 minutes from Athens on the like waterfront. Like people think of Athens and they think of the city because there's that.
Exactly.
40 minutes out is giving you Santorini.
We love it.
Like it's
and
beautiful.
Then for that price, you also can just bounce around.
You should bounce around. You absolutely should. Like take the ferry, take the day trips or do the excursion that hits 3 islands in one day. Yeah, this joint crazy. Now, of course, y'all know we feature multiple types of travel deals. We got our standards, we got our exclusives. This, as you can already
know,
confirm,
it's giving premium.
This is a premium member required travel deal. Okay, so of course, $9 a month to get you access to amazing deals like this.
That's really good.
Or $84 for the year. And of course, if you don't want to, sorry, eyelash got stuck. If you don't want to purchase the membership, then we also have our standard travel deals.
Exactly.
Which you can take advantage of. But
this, pay the $9 just for this.
Just for that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Pay $9.
Because what's that, $7.95? Like, okay.
Exactly. Yeah, that joke was crazy.
Yeah, that's really good.
Oh, man. Yeah, I can't. I like that. That was like a mic drop. The mic is dropped. Take over, Jazz, because I ain't got nothing else.
I might have to look that.
I ain't got nothing else.
I'll let y'all know by next week. All right, y'all know what time it is. It's time to get brunchy. So this week's brunch abroad, New York, because I peeped you was in New York.
I was in New York. I've been a lot of places, y'all. I'm tired.
She been outside. So this is a classic breakfast at Tiffany's. So I wanted to go here pre-pandemic, and I do believe they closed, but they just recently reopened.
I did see that, yes.
And it is literally like the movie. You get your high tea, you get your sandwiches on your tea tiers. It's just very like, I mean, if you've seen the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's, if you're a fan, like it's kind of like you get to live out your movie and like go in and I'm like, where the pearls, where the soft Tiffany blue. So like I'm here for that. So if you want to play dress up, get tea, but they also have breakfast and brunch items. You can get you some champagne.
Period.
But I just think it's a very elevated breakfast brunch experience.
I love that.
Breakfast at Tiffany's in NYC.
And is it like every day to do?
I do believe it's on the weekends.
Okay.
So I do believe it's a Saturday and Sunday thing. Yeah. Okay. I gotta look into it, but I'm gonna get there. I'll get y'all some content.
Period.
So cute. See that outfit is actually giving like Breakfast at Tiffany's. That
I
color.
should take it there. Yep. I love it.
Let's see if we get Tosh back in New York because she was in New York.
I will go back. I told you I gotta go to New York with an agenda that makes sense. Because just browsing and hanging around New York,
all right, I'm leaving.
It's stressful. We already like, But if I got things to do and places to be, I'm there.
All right, maybe we have a New York episode.
We should do it. Last but not least, question of the day, Jazz. So, do you prefer the window seat or the aisle seat?
This is a tough one for me because I've always been a window seat girl, just for like the look out the window, and you get to lean on the window. But as of lately, I've been getting aisle seats, and I'm like, I kind of like it. I feel like you're like the controller of the aisle because like everybody got to go through you, so it's like,
Great.
y'all on my time.
Not y'all on my time.
And then I feel like you also have to communicate more. And y'all know I just be talking. So now I'm like, me in the middle are friends because she got to keep going to the bathroom. I guess it depends on how I'm feeling. If I'm going to take a nap, window seat. If I'm going to socialize, aisle seat.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah. I feel closer to the flight attendants on the aisle. Like now we're like making eye contact and talking, just making friends. The aisle is for the social butterflies. The window if you need your own time.
That's a great way to put it. I'm a window.
Tosh, like, don't talk to me.
Don't. Just leave me alone. I got my laptop. I'm looking out the window. I'm hoping you don't think that I want to talk because I have like...
I'm dead.
I know, because I have this like... I look inviting.
Yeah.
But I actually don't want to talk.
It looked like I want to talk, but I don't.
Yeah, like I really prefer to be in my own bubble most times, but I ironically just end up being a social butterfly. It's the weirdest thing. I don't understand.
No, I'm the same way.
So window, because I know I could just kind of be over here in my thing. I don't got to get up because I'm not in the middle and I'm not on the aisle. So if you got a potty, it's not disturbing me. And I'm fine. Like I can lean on the window. We all good. So window. Unless I'm with Kyrie, then
middle.
No, I'll choose the aisle for him because he likes the window. He'll go to sleep and he will be asleep the whole plane or the whole ride. So
any seat but the middle seat for me.
Yeah, I had a middle seat on my way to Atlanta because the flight was packed.
Really?
Packed. Yeah. Well, long story short, we had to missed our first flight.
Oh.
Because Kyrie was being
What time
Kyrie.
was it? What flight did you get on?
Again, American. What is going on? Because
so you were supposed to leave at noon?
No, we were supposed to originally had a noon Spirit flight. But Kyrie had too many things to do in the morning that we just wasn't going to make it. So we canceled that flight, kept the return, and then rebooked for an American flight later in the afternoon.
Okay.
It was supposed to be a 1:30 flight. We booked it, no issues. As soon as I booked it, I got an update. This flight is now departing at 3:30. American, what's really good? what y'all got against me? So
it's been our faves, American, Unite. Like it's been our faves with these.
So that John had 3 seats left when we booked it. We took 2.
Right.
And they both were middle seats. So that's how I ended up in the middle.
Fair. You booked it the morning of.
Yeah, it was the morning of.
Okay.
But still actually got a pretty good price for it. So that was interesting. I was very shocked.
The Atlanta was lit this weekend.
The A was lit.
Not
Everybody was going
sold out planes.
Yeah, man. Like that show was sold out. But yeah, morning of got an $89 flight from Philly to Atlanta
with American.
On American. I thought that was really good.
That's fair.
Yeah. So it didn't compare it to my $30 flight with Spirit that I originally had. But I digress.
Hopefully you was able to get something in return.
Hopefully. Yeah, we'll see.
Well, y'all let us know window or aisle seat, or if you like the middle, I guess just mention it. But I doubt it. Unless you would babe. If you would babe, then it's like you take the middle.
The middle, technically, you are entitled to both armrests.
Yeah.
So I was blocking them both on purpose.
Yeah.
Because I knew that rule. I was like, well.
Plane etiquette. Yeah, that is
the plane etiquette is the window, the middle seat is entitled to both armrests.
Yeah, that is true.
That is official plane etiquette.
Let us know your thoughts on that as well. Because I agree, but I feel like there's some people like, move. And it's like, I have to be in the middle. Give me more room.
I know.
Let us know.
I love it here.
Thanks for tuning in for another episode of TFS.
Period, guys. And of course, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share the podcast.
Yes.
That helps us continue to grow the platform.
Absolutely. And please leave us reviews. We didn't have any new reviews this week, so hopefully we will next week.
Period.
But please leave us reviews. It lets us know how you feel about the podcast and gives us insight on, future episodes.
Awesome. And then, of course, if you have a product or service that you'd like to see featured on an upcoming episode of Travel Fly Sexy, please be sure to email us at info@travelflysexy.com so we can discuss what that looks like for you.
Absolutely. And follow us on TikTok and Instagram, travelflysexy.com. @travelflysexy.
Because stop playing, y'all. Get our views and our followers up. Y'all love us. We love y'all too. Act like y'all love us.
Yes, but shout out to y'all because we definitely over 500. We ain't celebrate that. We got over 500 followers.
Yay,
on Instagram.
go us.
Little
Small
baby growing
victories.
up, period.
All right, y'all.
See y'all next week.
Book with the travel advisor. Bye.